The hospital room was so quiet you could hear the flicker of the birthday candles. Two little girls, identical twins, sat in wheelchairs, staring at a cake nobody had touched. No singing, no balloons, no family crowding around. Just silence, and those tiny flames trembling like their hearts. Then we heard footsteps. A janitor-worn uniform. Tired eyes pushed his cleaning cart in like he didn't belong in that room. But his little boy, 6 maybe, clutched his hand and looked at the girls with a kind of innocence that cuts through everything. The janitor paused, looked at the girls, then asked gently, "Can we join you?" And right then, before anyone said a word, I saw something change in their eyes. Like hope. Like someone finally saw them. That man's name was Jordan. His son, Micah. And they weren't supposed to be there. I'm Madeline Brooks. I run a billion-dollar medical corporation. But in that moment, I was just a mother standing in a hallway, watching two strangers give my daughter something I hadn't been able to enjoy. See, a year ago, I had everything. A husband who adored me, twin daughters who lit up my world, and a calendar packed with mergers, deals, and board meetings. I was the woman they put on magazine covers, the face of modern success. But then came that day. I missed their first dance recital, chose work over family. So my husband drove them instead. A semi-truck driver fell asleep and crushed their car against the guardrail. He died on impact. My girls survived, but they haven't walked since. Since then, I've been trying to keep everything together, provide, protect, be strong. But every time I looked at Emma and June, I didn't see daughters. I saw a decision I couldn't take back. They stopped laughing. They stopped playing. They stopped living. I was keeping them alive, but not connected, until Micah showed up and broke through in 5 seconds. "Is it really your birthday?" he asked, grinning like this was just another day on the playground. "Mine was last week. Dad made me chocolate chip pancakes." Emma's face lit up. "I love chocolate chips," she whispered. "Me too," June added, barely audible. And just like that, Jordan knelt between their chairs and said, "Can we sing to you?" He didn't wait for permission. He started softly, and Micah jumped in off-key. But it was perfect. I heard it from the hallway, and I froze. They were laughing. Laughing. I walked in ready to interrupt CEO mode, locked and loaded, but stopped dead in my tracks. Frosting everywhere. The janitor, my daughters, covered in sugary chaos. Micah wore a frosting mustache and was showing June how to make one. Emma was belly laughing. June, the quiet one, was talking. That night, I didn't say a word. I just watched. I didn't even realize I was crying until Jordan noticed me. He stood awkward like he'd broken some unspoken rule. But I whispered, "Please, don't stop." After that, he came by after every shift, and Micah. He became family overnight, called the girls his sisters, made up pirate adventures, taught them how to decorate their wheelchairs with racing stripes and glitter. Jordan turned physical therapy into treasure hunts. "Reach for the North Star," he'd say. "You're not stretching, you're flying." And my girls believed him. I started timing my returns from meetings to catch the end of their visits. I'd stand outside the door pretending to answer emails, while my heart remembered how to feel again. Then came the fire. Some electrical fault. The building's safety system glitched. My girls were trapped inside a locked VIP suite. I wasn't there. Again. But Jordan was. He broke protocol. Broke the glass door with his bare hands. Carried my unconscious daughters down a smoke-filled stairwell. Emma whispered to him as he held her. "I knew you'd come, Dad." When they emerged, his hand's bloodied face blackened. Both girls cradled against his chest. I ran to them, and without even thinking, I kissed him in front of the cameras, the doctors, the board members, everyone. "You're their dad," I told him. "You're the father they deserve." But not everyone saw it that way. A week later, I was ambushed in a board meeting. Photos, accusations. "You're compromising the brand," they said. "Fraternizing with staff. Allowing your daughters to associate with inappropriate companions." The chairman, Gerald Pierce, leaned in, oozing disgust. "We'll pay the janitor to leave. 50,000. He'll be gone by Monday." I couldn't breathe. They weren't just attacking me. They were attacking the only man who'd shown up for my girls when I hadn't. I told Jordan everything that night. He didn't argue. He just said, "I always knew this had an expiration date. I get it. You're you, and I'm me." Micah didn't understand. Cried himself to sleep, begging to see his sisters. "I'll be better, Daddy. I'll be quieter. Please don't take them away." The twins shattered. Emma threw things. June stopped speaking again. I almost gave in. Almost let them take everything just to keep my title, my seat at the table. But then, something wild happened. The nurses started talking. Parents began posting stories. A hashtag went viral. "Love not labels." People shared pictures, memories, moments, proof that Jordan and Micah had changed lives, not just mine. And Catherine, my assistant, dug deeper. Found out Gerald had been shorting the company's stock, creating scandal to crash the shares and force a buyout. He was planning to shut down our pediatric care wing, James's legacy. The same wing Jordan saved. I called an emergency meeting, walked in with Jordan by my side, Emma and June rolling next to us, Micah riding on Jordan's shoulders. "I'm restructuring," I said. "We're redirecting executive bonuses to fund pediatric care. We're expanding access, not cutting it. And if any of you have a problem with that, resign." They stared at me like I'd grown a second head. I didn't care. I'd spent years building a kingdom of silence. It was time to rebuild with love. We got married in the hospital chapel. Emma and June wore flower crowns. Micah wore a cape. Our vows were messy, funny, full of tears. Jordan gave us each a compass pendant with coordinates engraved. "The hospital room," he said. "So we always remember where we became a family." Now, a year later, that room is just a memory. Our house is loud. Wheelchairs race down hardwood floors. There's art on every wall. Micah bosses everyone around with his clipboard. Emma makes up songs. June, who barely spoke before, tells stories that make us laugh till we cry. We are not perfect, but we are whole. And sometimes when it's late and the kids are asleep, I think about the first words Jordan ever said to us. "Can we join you?" Funny thing is, we never even had to say yes. He'd already changed everything. Let me ask you something. Would you have picked the janitor? Would you have risked everything for someone society says is beneath you? Or would you have kept pretending just to keep your title? Tell me in the comments, because I think it's time we start redefining what enough looks like and who we let in when everything's on fire.